Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the corporate world and leave you with the goods. Today we're diving into Traws Pharma Incorporated's latest report. Get ready, because this filing drops some news that could shift how we see this company. Before we dive deep, if this kind of no-nonsense financial breakdown is your jam, make sure you are subscribed. And hey, we've built a fantastic community over on Discord. We'd love for you to join. Links down in the description. Alright, let's get straight into it. Traws Pharma Inc. has just released its current report, and it is all about their financial condition and results. This is where companies spill the beans on how they're actually doing beyond the marketing speak. This is the core of the report, telling us about the company's performance, essentially. Traws Pharma is sharing its financial results for the quarter that wrapped up on the 30th of September 2025. They've also given us a peek at their latest corporate presentation, which can often give us clues about their future strategy and how they're trying to present themselves to investors. Now, let's talk about their stock. Traws Pharma's common stock trades under the symbol TRAW on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. This is the main way investors buy and sell ownership in the company, and its performance is a big indicator of how the market perceives the company's health and future prospects. The company is being pretty standard here, letting us know that the financial results and presentation they've shared are meant to keep everyone informed fairly, which is what Regulation FD is all about. They're not trying to give anyone an unfair advantage with this information. The big date here is the 13th of November 2025. This is when they officially announce their financial results for the third quarter of 2025. This is crucial because it gives us a snapshot of their performance in the most recent period. This press release is where the real meat of the financial results is likely contained. It is the company's official word on how much money they made, how much it cost them, and what their profit or loss was. We need to look at this to see if they are growing, shrinking, or staying flat. Following up on the press release, this investor presentation is often a more visual and perhaps more optimistic look at the company's performance and strategy. It is designed to tell a compelling story to potential investors, but we as corporate decoders need to see if the story matches the numbers. Here is a section every company includes that we always pay close attention to. This is where Traws Pharma is telling us that some of the things they are saying might not actually happen. They mention risks and uncertainties that could make their actual results very different from what they are anticipating. It is a legal disclaimer, but also a hint at potential challenges ahead. They use words like anticipates and expects. But then they immediately qualify these by saying things could turn out differently due to various risks. This is classic corporate speak for we hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. And finally, we have the sign-off from Ian Dukes, the Chief Executive Officer. This is the person ultimately responsible for the company's performance. His signature here finalizes the report. Now, let's talk numbers. While the filing doesn't show the actual financial tables directly in this text, the reference to the press release and investor presentation implies that those details are available. Based on how these reports are structured, we can infer that the core of the announcement on the 13th of November 2025 would have focused on key financial metrics. Imagine we're looking at their earnings release. We'd be scanning for things like revenue, net income, and earnings per S-hair. For instance, if revenue was up significantly, say by 20%, that is like adding 1 in 5 new customers or selling much more to existing ones. Conversely, a 20% drop in net income really means they are keeping only 4/5 of the profit they used to, which could signal rising costs or weakening sales power. We'd also be comparing these figures to the same period last year. Is Traws Pharma growing its sales year over year? Are profits increasing at a faster or slower rate than sales, which might suggest changes in their cost structure or pricing power? The fact that they released a corporate presentation alongside the earnings suggests they want to frame their performance in a specific way. This presentation might highlight growth areas, new product pipelines, or strategic partnerships. However, we always need to keep our Warren Buffett hat on, look past the glossy presentation, and scrutinize the underlying numbers to see if the story holds water. Are they investing heavily in research and development? If so, that is a good sign for future growth, but it might also mean lower profits in the short term. Are they managing their expenses effectively? High operating costs can eat away at profits even if sales are strong. A key risk Traws Pharma likely highlighted, as is common in the pharmaceutical industry, would be related to regulatory approvals for new drugs, patent expirations on existing blockbuster drugs, and the competitive landscape. If they have a drug losing patent protection soon, that is a huge red flag for revenue loss, as generic versions can flood the market. On the other hand, if they have a promising new drug in late-stage trials, that represents a significant opportunity for future growth. So, what is the verdict on Traws Pharma based on this filing? They are clearly announcing their financial results. With a focus on the September 2025 quarter, the release of an investor presentation signals they are actively communicating their progress and strategy to the market. The mention of forward-looking statements is a standard but important reminder to investors that future performance is not guaranteed and is subject to various risks, common in the volatile pharma sector. Without the actual financial tables, it is hard to give a definitive number-driven analysis, but the structure suggests a typical earnings announcement focusing on operational results and future outlook. To truly gauge Traws Pharma's health, we'd need to dig into those exhibits 99.1 and 99.2. Are their revenues growing consistently? Is their profitability improving or declining? Are they managing debt effectively? These are the questions that reveal a company's true direction. For now, we know they filed their report and are talking about their results. The question is whether those results are truly impressive or just a carefully worded announcement. Alright, that is our quick dive into Traws Pharma Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on what this means for the company? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown useful, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more corporate insights. And seriously, join our growing community on Discord. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next decode.